Main Street Station Diner. And this is a interesting little town. So we just had breakfast in Plymouth, New Hampshire, and we are heading to the parking area at 25A. We can hike over Smarts Mountain, and then we will stay on the trail, and then hike over Mount Cube, and then that we will end Sunday and go home the next day on Monday. So it's taken us a while to kind of get up to speed with our hiking legs and stuff, but we're just starting to get the hang of it now that our week's almost over with. We'll get that section finished up that my dad was hoping to do here in New Hampshire, and then he'll just have northern New Hampshire and Maine left in his section hike to complete the whole Appalachian Trail. We're hiking up Smarts Mountain Ranger Trail, which kind of parallels the AT up to Smarts Mountain. My dad is the one that's doing the entire AT in sections, and he's completed all the way from Georgia up to where we are in New Hampshire. So he's actually done this hike up to Smarts Mountain on the south side. So we don't need to repeat that. And this trail is easier to hike. It still climbs the same amount. But it doesn't go super steep up and super steep down like they like to do in the AT. So you can make a lot better time on it. An interesting thing about this Smarts Mountain Ranger Trail is it's kind of narrow here, but most of the way up it's been wide enough for a car. It was the old road that the fire warden for Smarts Mountain would use to get up to the fire tower, or to his cabin up at the top, which is, the cabin is now a place you can stay in for hikers. Except that at this moment it's closed because they're renovating it. But if you take this ranger trail, supposedly it passes his garage. So that'll be kind of cool to see. Okay, here's the old fire warden's garage. Pretty cool, huh? Looks like he had some heavy duty metal bars that slid the garage doors open and closed. Still looks like it's in pretty good shape. Who knows how long ago they were still using it. This Lambert's Ranger Trail, the old AT used to follow the existing roads and trails that were already here, but then eventually they built a more interesting and challenging trail a little bit to the west. So, but this used to be the AT. Well, the Ranger Trail got a little steeper, but that's okay. We're getting close to the top. This trail's been pretty rocky up at the top here the last third, I guess. So the Appalachian Trail will take you up and down many times. This one takes you more steeply up at the end, but it's pretty cool because you're walking on rock slabs for a long time now. We were on the Smarts Ranger Trail. Now we're going to pick up the AT. This is pretty even steeper than the other things we've been climbing. That's where we came from. Okay, we're almost up here. You forget how high 2,000 feet is till you climb it again. It seems to be more than you expect. Cabin shelter. Okay, it's lunchtime.
Yippee!
What did we climb? 2,000 feet?
Yeah, pretty good that morning.
Fire warden's cabin is in a nice location. Hopefully they'll have it done soon so people can stay here. The spring is about a quarter mile that way downhill, so it's a little bit of a trek. Hiking down, it's kind of a gradual trail from the fire warden's cabin on Smarts Mountain. We're hiking from there to Hexacuba shelter. We've kind of been walking on the ridgetop up here. We're getting closer to Hexacuba shelter. And here's an interesting rock wall that we're passing through. Here's an interesting area that crosses the trail. Had to have been an old road. Now it's just all ferns. It goes on this way. Pretty cool fern road. There's the trail. Okay, we made it to the first brook before Hexacuba shelter. This is supposedly the best place to get water. So it's really pretty and cool and a little buggy. I've been going down for about 2,000 feet. Great place to stop. And there's a butterfly coming through. I'm waiting for my husband and my dad. Some cool rocks up here on the way up to Hexacuba shelter. I think this is called Eastman Ledges, but it's like all these rocks are crystalline, sparkly. We were exhausted and we went up for 4 miles and then down for 4 miles over Smarts Mountain. We're exhausted, but we still got to go up to the shelter. Not as much, but still. It's times like this that make it all worthwhile. Okay, here's an even better view. Hope the color's coming out well with the sun shining that way. Man, there's little ants all over. Can you see them? All over this rock. What a picturesque scene. And off over that way, I can see 5 layers of ridges. These rocks over here are really pretty. Really shiny. And all the ants crawling on them. Trail goes up over that big rock. We weren't sure if it went around it or over it, but apparently there's a cairn on top of the rock. I ended up walking around this way because I couldn't figure out which way it went.